Hey fun fans, and welcome back to another episode of FUNalysis, the show where we break down strategies that happen in FIRST every single week. My name is Tauseef. I am an alumni and mentor for Team 5431 Titan Robotics here in Texas. In this episode, we're going to be going over two matches that happen to be the world record matches that took place at Ontario University Waterloo District event. Qualification match 36 and playoff match 1, both coming in with an unpenalized score of 249. We're going to dive deep into these matches and see how important Algae really is here on this episode of FUNalysis. Starting off, we're going to be watching qualification match number 36. We got Team 4678 over here, Team Cybercavs, and over here, Team 3863, Team Dave. Both of these teams are going to be the powerhouses during this episode of FUNalysis over here. We also have in the middle over here Team 1360, Orbit Robotics. This team is also going to be helping out a lot during this qualification match because the strategy that's going to be playing off for the Red Alliance is triple offense, which is going to be a really interesting strategy compared to what happened in playoffs. So let's get right into it. First of all, we're going to start off with Autonomous as always, with starting off with 4678 and Team Dave, both throwing in one coral, two corals, and then we also have Orbit Robotics throwing in one coral as well. Both Team Dave and Cybercavs are going to be launching in a total of 7 coral plus the 1 from Orbit. So we have a total of 8 corals already in auto. So that's already 56 points worth of coral plus the 9 for leave, giving the lead to the Red Alliance of 35 points difference, 65 to 30. But let's just continue right into teleop. What we're going to see over here is that Team Dave is going to be taking out all the algae, but then going into scoring them into the net right after. Another special thing about Team Dave's robot, once we continue, is we see that they pick up an algae over here, and they're going to go ahead and score it. But we're going to jump right into what is so special about this team is that they go ahead and they drop that algae, but that's not a big problem. You see that they're at the coral station. They're about to get a coral into their robot, and then they are gonna. You can see down in the left corner, they have a coral in their robot. They're also gonna pick up an algae, and they're gonna head straight into the net. Right? You can see the coral in their robot, and the algae in their hand. Both are about to be scored. They score the algae, turn around, and go ahead and score into the L4 node that you can see in the down left corner. This is really unique and beautiful to see with Team Dave. Their robot allows them to be able to hold both game pieces for shorter cycle times that we just saw, able to literally score the algae and coral in a matter of like 2 seconds. All right, let's continue this match. We see that Team Dave picks up the algae, and the human player over here shoots one into the net as well. But we're just going to have this match continue to play because we can see the strategy that's going on. Cybercavs and Orbit Robotics is focusing a lot on the coral, filling up that reef, while Team Dave is just picking up all the algae that they can with that coral in their robot as well. They only have like 4 corals left on the field, 1 in their hand, so 3 left on the field. They're just going to put it all into the net while also scoring that coral. We can see that they're slightly stuck with that coral right now, but that's not a big deal. Look at the score right now. With 1 minute left in the match, the score is 176 to 102. A massive 74 points difference. But let's just keep this match playing right now. We see that Team Dave was unfortunately not able to make that coral, but that's not much of a big deal. They went ahead and continued their cycles of putting that algae into the net and taking that coral and dropping it into the reef. They're just going to keep on going throughout this match. We're just going to jump straight to the end, towards end game. What we can see here now at endgame is that we have, let me go back a bit more because the times are off. Sorry, we're here at endgame. We still have the lights over here. One important thing about the rules is that once these lights are off, that's when they count the climbs. But that's not much of a big deal over here, because as the lights go down, we can see that Team Cybercabs are now kind of, you can see them wiggle a little bit. They are deep climbed, with Team Orbit Robotics being parked, and Team Dave is unfortunately just a few feet away from making it to the parked zone. If they did, that would have been a massive, we would be only talking about this match over here. Let's head over to the points analysis at the end. Right, high score 249 points, world record as of recording this episode. They got the leave during auto, of course. Now for the coral, this is a full reef plus 8 in level 1, so that gives them the 176. Algae over here is 50 for 11 from the net from Team Dave, as well as 1 from the human player, so 12. That's how we get the 50 with 44 from the 11, 6 from the processor, 50. Barge is 14 because of the deep climb and the part, both being unpenalized. Great match, 6 ranking points over here. Heading into playoff match over 1, here I am, webcam is on. We're just going to have this match play a bit in the background over here, because we can see a similar strategy that goes on from the previous match, but this match, there's also something different going on as well. First of all, we see Team Cybercabs, who became the #1 ranked team at the end of qualification, picking Team Dave over here. We can see them, they're both in the same spot during auto as Qual 36, but they also have another friend joining them, Team 9263 ALD Lions. They are parked in the middle over here, which they're going to be doing something different compared to what Orbit Robotics did in Qual 36. So I'm gonna play auto over here in the background, and what we're gonna see is that Team Dave and Team Cybercabs are gonna be doing the exact same auto as last match, with them both scoring a total of 7 coral. Team ALD Lions is unfortunately going to be missing their 1 coral in L1, but that's not much of a big deal, because as we can see at the end of auto, 58 to 12 point difference, which is a major lead for the #1 alliance. We're going to continue playing this match, and we're going to see ALD Lions go straight to playing defense, leaving the entire field open for the #1 alliance. There they go to play defense. They're playing essentially 2 offense, 1 defense, but the Red Alliance, their field is entirely open to them. No one from the #8 alliance sent a defense bot to the red side of the field, allowing both Team Dave and Cybercabs to just score coral, but additionally allowing Team Dave to easily get their cycle times much faster. As we saw in Qual 36, they always have a coral in hand, goes get an algae, place that algae in the net, turns around, place that coral in a matter of a few seconds. This is going to be slightly a bit faster, with no defense bot against them, and only 2 robots on that field. Their field is much more open compared to having 3 robots on their field. So they're going to go ahead and keep on scoring those coral and algae. As we can see, they're just zooming into the field with the coral in hand, as we can see over here, in hand, going to continue to place those coral and algae, which is a big advantage to them, because as we can see, we're already like with 105 minutes, 105 left in the match, their reef almost is filled. We can see just a few nodes over here, 2 nodes over here, like 3 or 4 nodes over here, and also nodes on the other side. But they're filling up that reef in a matter of seconds, and also scoring so much of algae over here. Human player scores 1 as well. We just saw the score is massive difference going on. We're just seeing also Team Dave picked up an algae that was going on that was just sitting over here. They're just taking advantage of all the algae they could pick up, and then they're continuing to place that coral that they have in their robot. We can see Team Dave just going to pick up that coral that's sitting on that lollipop that we like to call. There they go, pick it up, and then going straight to the coral station. They drop that algae, but not a big deal. They can drive up and pick it up with their ground algae intake, and place that algae straight into the net and place that coral in the reef. This is a massive help for the #1 Alliance. With no defense on their side of the field, they're able to control their field as well. Heading into endgame, this time we're going to see Team 9263 Park. We're going to see Cybercavs climb once again, as we did in the last match, while Team Dave is just putting in a coral in level 1. So we see a full reef going on over here. We also have a total of 3 level 1 corals that was scored in teleop. We can essentially see them all down over here. But this time we have 2 parked robots and 1 deep climbed robot. We can see Cybercavs just wiggling a little bit once these lights are turned off. A fun fact in the rules, once these lights are turned off, that is when the referees count the climbs. So heading straight to the end of the match, they only show the score for a few seconds. I'm going to keep it a little bit like this. We can see they got the leave points. This time they got 164 points from coral, which is a little less to what they got in qual 36, by 20 points difference after teleop. Correction, they scored more in teleop thanks to endgame by a few points, 7 points approximate, if my math is correct. But coral, they were able to score 164, 60 net algae points. That is 15 total algae scored, as well as barge. They got 14 last time. This time they got 16 with that extra park. So we were able to see a bit of a mix-up between both matches. One where they really focused on triple offense, and one where it was just 2 offense robots, 1 defense, and they're essentially able to do almost the same outcome. It would be really interesting to see what would have been like with a triple offense strategy being pulled off. But one thing that it was very clear was that the open field really benefited them to just do everything that they needed to do. Yes, it did kind of slow them down because they don't have as much coral as they did previously in qual 36, but they were still able to do everything that they needed to do, which allowed them to get that 249 points in both qualification match 36 and playoff match 1, which again is both currently our world record and both being unpenalized. In conclusion, what did we learn? Algae can be a very important component into REEFSCAPE. As we get closer to district championship and world championship, we can see that those cycle times with having an algae and coral at the same time really benefits getting those points. It'll be really interesting to see what happens and later down the line as the season is slowly coming to an end. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. We will see all 4 of these teams at the Ontario District Championship. Cybercast, Team Dave's, Orbit Robotics, and ALD Lions are currently locked according to FRC locks for the Ontario District Championship. So it'll be really fun to see these teams compete together or against each other. We'll have to see how Ontario turns up. So good luck to all teams in week 5 of the FRC season. Again, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have a great season, everyone.